What's going on, everybody? My name's LUCK, aka Luck, and welcome to episode 27 of my Direwolf20 1.21 Modpack playthrough. Last episode, we finished up our mob farm. And let's go actually take a look at it, because I'm actually curious as to whether I left it running or not. And I think I did, right? I think so. Yeah, everything looks like it's running. So we're producing copious amounts of mob drops, which is awesome. And in today's episode, we are going to get into a very, very highly requested mod that I have been asked so many times to check out, not only in this series, but in my last Direwolf20 series, and that is ARS NOUVEAU. I've never played with ARS NOUVEAU, shouldn't say never. It's been a very, very long time. Pretty much when ARS NOUVEAU first came out, right, that was the last time that I messed around with it. So today, and over the next few episodes, we're going to be checking it out, taking a look at it. So that's going to be a ton of fun. So let's take a look. We're just going to jump right into it. Let's take a look and check out this old, worn notebook. Right. And we're going to kind of go through this the same way that we went through the AE2. And I think there was one, Industrial Foregoing, right? We're just going to kind of take a look and see what this mod is all about. We're going to read through the book, and hopefully that's not too boring to you guys. So let's take a look. Getting started. An introduction to ARS NOUVEAU. It is recommended to follow each section in order. Fair enough. Elemental tweaks. I wonder, because I think that is its own separate mod, is it not? Let's see, ARS Elemental, right? This is its own separate thing on top of the regular ARS NOUVEAU mod. So I think imbuement chamber, huh? I mean, I guess we'll follow it along, like in order. Right, that's what the book says to do. Right, as long as ARS Elemental is installed, these tweaks will be active. Oh, okay. Enchanter Shield can trigger reactive on block. Okay. Summon lightnings won't destroy items. Crush can process items if augmented with sensitive. Cold Snap deals more damage to mobs that are freezing. Ignite melts ice blocks into water. Okay. Cool. Spell casting. Now, again, just to be totally honest with you guys, I know that I've said this before. Mods that add spells and or spell books, they're not really my favorite. Not really my favorite kinds of mods, and specifically just because I feel like they all are super clunky, where like you need a spell book and you need to, you know, I don't know. There's just something very un-Minecrafty about them, right? But we're gonna give ARS NOUVEAU the good old college try, right? To begin spellcasting, you will first need to obtain a spellbook. A spellbook will allow you to create, store, and cast spells using mana, simple to iron spells, which we did last series. A higher tier spellbook will provide additional spell slots, allowing you to craft more complex spells. To craft your first spell, you must first select the form that the spell will take. A form glyph must always be the first glyph in a spell recipe. Next, add any number of effects to the chain. Effects refer to what the spell will do, and they will resolve in... Wow, this text got all messed up. In the order they are placed in the book, at the target or location the spell hits. An augment can be used to modify the way an effect or form behaves. Augments may be placed after an effect or form. An augment will only apply to the glyph to the left of it. Okay. Multiple augments may also be applied on the same effect or form by chaining augments together. Okay. Okay, very cool. Novice Spellbook. If you'd like to set a spell to a different tab, select the tab from the right side and repeat the above process. Several key bindings are provided for using the spellbooks. Open spellbook C, quick select V, next spell X, previous spell Z. So that is going to cause an issue because I put my backpack on V, right? But let's grab one of these spellbooks. So Novice Spellbook. And I wonder, nope, we're missing basically everything. So one of you, one of you, one of you, and one of you. And, nope, this guy. Perfect. Novice spellbook. So let's take a look and see what this is all about. Oh, did it just use some... Is it just because... Oh, accidentally clicked on that thing. Is it just because I don't have a spell, like, currently selected? Maybe? Okay. So we learned about spells, or spellbooks. Spell mana. Spell mana is used to cast spells with a spellbook. The maximum amount of mana and the speed at which it regenerates may be increased by wearing special mage armor or applying the mana boost or mana regen enchantments on your gear. Additionally, you will gain bonus mana and regeneration for each glyph unlocked in your spellbook. Adding glyphs to your spellbook will also increase your maximum amount of mana and mana regeneration. This bonus also scales with the tier of your spellbook. Now I wonder... Okay. So that's pretty cool. If I have this, if I have the book in my hand and I press V, I do get the quick select, right? Oh, C. Okay, C was the key to open the actual spellbook. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Obtaining source gems. Okay. Well, first, before we get into that part, I kind of want to take a look at this. So form. Projectile, self, I have harm and break. Touch. Okay, so... Oh. Alright, so one, spell name. We're gonna name this test spell. Cool. So projectile, harm. Okay. Can I add multiple? Well, I guess I can. That's kind of cool. Now, how much damage do these do? Cool. Let's go find out. Let's go find an enemy. Hey, creeper. Oh. That does really, really pitiful damage, actually. I'm assuming that there's ways to up that, right? That's what I'm guessing. I can't imagine that that would be like the max amount of damage that you can do with a harming spell. Okay. Obtaining source gems. To obtain source gems, you must first build an imbuement chamber. An imbuement chamber imbues items inside it with source and will convert them to a new item. To obtain a source gem, place an amethyst or lapis inside of your imbuement chamber and wait. Imbuement chambers will consume source from nearby source jars to speed up any crafting. A dowsing rod can be used for finding budding amethyst early. Okay. Oh, whoops. Dowsing rod. Cool. Source is a special resource that must be gathered using devices in the world. Source is used for powering devices like the imbuement chamber and enchanting apparatus. To begin gathering source, you will need a source jar and a source link. Source link, huh? The ergonomic source link generates source from crop and tree growth within 15 blocks. Bonus source is generated for magical plants such as mage bloom, source berry bushes, and archwood saplings. Source will be output from the source link to a nearby jar within 5 blocks. Okay. Source jar. Source jars store source gathered from nearby source links. Source is used in glyphs and rituals by empowering devices like the imbuement chamber and enchanting apparatus. Source may be moved using a source relay or by breaking and moving it. To use source in a jar, simply place the jar near your desired device. Source jars will provide a signal to redstone competitors based on their fill level. Okay. Oops. So let's go ahead. We're going to get one of these source jars, right? Source jars. Right here. Does it specifically have to be archwood? I think it does. So we might need to go and find one of these archwood trees. Do I have my... I do. Okay. So we might need to find one of these archwood trees. Is it these yellow ones here, I'm guessing? Let's see. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get this guy. It's going to take me a minute. And boom. Cool. Awesome. And we got some saplings, which is cool. Why is my magnet not turned on? I think because I was messing around with my mob farm, but... Alright, so now we have some of these logs here. So let's go ahead and make ourselves one of these source jars. So... we need some slabs. I guess we probably should turn these into planks, right? Yeah. I guess we'll keep some of the logs as well. Just get a whole bunch of planks. So, one source jar, please. Cool. Awesome. And then the source link, right? Ergonomic source link. Let's try and get one of those. So now, what did this book say? I think you just place it near crops, right? Flash pine, huh? What is that used for? Potion of static charge. That sounds interesting. We will get rid of the bark, though. But the rest of this can go in here. So the ergonomic source link. Generates source from crop and tree growth within 15 blocks. Bonus sources generated from magical plants such as mage bloom. Okay. So I'm guessing we just kind of put it next to crops. Is that sound correct? We're missing some potatoes over here. I don't know why we're missing 4. I know why we would be missing 1. Because I was trying to get wheat to grow. You know what? We're just gonna trash all that because we have plenty of potatoes, right? Not really any reason to. Okay, so let's. Wait, I guess I probably should turn my magnet off. And let's put you down right here, maybe? Now, oh, look at that. Okay, it's doing the thing. That's cool. Still at 0%. I see a little bit of liquid in there, though. I'm wondering, do these guys... I'm assuming these guys can hold a lot of... this source stuff, right? Oh, 1%. There we go. Very cool. All right, let's head back inside, and we're gonna let that fill up for a little bit, and we're gonna read a little more into this Warren notebook. All right, so now that we got some source being cooked up out there, let's go ahead and take a look in our notebook and see kind of what is next on the agenda, right? Let's see. So we got the source jar, we got the agronomic source thingy, new glyphs. Accessing new spells will require a small amount of setup, resources, and base building. New spells can be learned by obtaining glyphs. Glyphs are created using the scribes table with experience and items. Once you have obtained a glyph, simply use it to memorize the glyph. See the section on the scribes table for more information. Okay, so let's take a look at the scribes table. To craft new glyphs, use a spellbook on the table to open the codex. Each glyph requires a set of items and experience points to unlock. Select a glyph by clicking on it in the menu and hit select. Throw the items onto the table as rendered above, and the table will scribe a new glyph. The table will also pull items from nearby inventories. Using the Dominion wand on the table will disable auto pull. Okay. You may also inscribe a spell onto spell parchment or enchanter's items. To do this, place a blank parchment on the table. Then, with your spellbook in hand, change your spellbook to your desired spell, as if you're going to cast it. Then use the book on the table while sneaking. Your item will now contain that spell. Using manipulation essence will permanently hide scribed spells. Okay, so let's take a look at the scribes table. Let's say table. This guy right here. Boom. And where should we put all of our Ars Nouveau stuff? I'm kind of thinking up here, right? We don't really have a good use for this area up here yet. So I'm kind of thinking, I don't love it there. Let's move you over here, right? Maybe over one more. Something like that, right? Oop. Ooh, okay. So I think it said that we click on this with our spellbook, right? Yeah, perfect. Awesome. Cool. Oh, here we go. Okay, cool. So this is what it means. Ray. Oh, that's interesting. Underfoot. Randomize. Homing projectile. Echo projectile. Missile. Arc projectile. Interesting. Very, very interesting. You guys will have to give me some good suggestions for glyph combinations, right? These cost a lot. See, like this one costs a bunch of ender pearls, so it was a good thing that we started that mob farm, right? But for right now, I think we're going to hold off on this, although it'd be really cool to at least try one, right? Target and a source gem. Let's see if we can... I've actually never made a target. That doesn't seem too bad. Missing a little bit of wheat. I think we have wheat though, don't we? Like our little mini farm over here should have wheat, right? Yeah, totally. It's also... Was that arrows in that, or am I like completely? It must have killed, or something must have died like right here. And how's our mob farm doing while we're over here? It's doing good. Yeah, it's doing its thing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, cool. So wheat. Let's grab a target, and I'm pretty sure we have some source gems, right? Let's say source. Yeah, we got some source gems. Okay, so let's get that. Cool. Let's get a target. Awesome. And grab a source gem. Okay, so let's see what we can do about making this glyph, right? So we click on this. We're going to want target and a source gem. So it said we just throw them on the table, right? Magnet is off. Boom, boom. And then... Oh, there we go. It's doing the thing. Let's go. That's awesome. Now, do we just click this and then it's added? Oops. Yeah, perfect. Let's see. So can we... Let's try the ray with a bunch of harm spells. Oh, that still uses a lot of mana. Is that still... So that... Oh, it's... Okay. That's why. So ray, harm. Let's just hit create, right? Let's see what that does. It kind of just is like rapid fire projectiles, no? I don't know. I don't know how much I love that one. Okay, either way, we'll mess around with more glyphs though. I have to keep remembering to click on this with our book. But yeah, you guys definitely have to give me some good combinations of glyphs, right? Some of these seem pretty cool. Like there's like summon skeletons, knockback, interact. I know a lot of people tend to do, there's like you can like make a combination to give you flight, right? Like launch. Yeah. Okay. So let's keep going through this Warren notebook though, right? Apparatus crafting. The enchanting apparatus is used for crafting special machines, curios, and equipment used to progress in Ars Nouveau. Crafting with the enchanting apparatus requires up to 8 arcane pedestals, an arcane core, and the enchanting apparatus block. Once you have set up your apparatus, you should craft your first Mage Bloom seed. Arcane pedestals made that. Source stone. How do you get source stone, huh? Source stone. How would one get source stone? I'm assuming... Oh, just like that. Okay, so source gem surrounding... Or I mean, yeah, source gem surrounded by some kind of stone. Right? Okay. The enchanting apparatus utilizes pedestals and source for crafting. To use the enchanting apparatus, place any number of arcane pedestals within 3 blocks with their items. Once you have filled the pedestals, use the middle item on the enchanting apparatus block. The enchanting apparatus requires an arcane core beneath it in order to work. An arcane core, huh? Can be used in place of pedestals. Interesting. Okay. Enchanting apparatus, arcane core. Okay. Interesting. Should we get a few of those to see what they're... See kind of what they're all about? I don't know if we're going to have enough of these source gems. Can we make more source gems? Oh yeah, the imbuement chamber. That's right. The imbuement chamber. Imbuement chamber. What's that all about? What if I got like 4 of those bad boys, right? And I think it said that these will just passively... These will just passively turn like lapis and stuff into source gems, right? Like, I'm assuming that it's probably slower. Boom, 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 and boom. Yeah, it looks like they're doing the thing. Yeah. Yeah, they totally are. And we could automate this too, where we could put a chest that automatically feeds lapis in and automatically takes source gems out. Which is not a bad idea, right? Let's see about doing that, actually. So, what do we have as far as pipes? We have item pipes here. That's super cool. We probably should use these guys, right? Because they're a lot cheaper. Yeah. And let's see. I don't have any more barrels, so let's just grab a chest or 2. Right? And what was this? Modern Dynamics, that's right. Modern Dynamics. Let's get another filter here. I mean, I guess I don't need another filter, but... Let's see. So if we put you here, and then we said a little something like this, right? Oh, you guys already made... Oh, that was fairly quick. That was fairly quick. Extractor is kind of... That's what we're looking for. Let's see. Extractor. Missing a hopper. Probably should get 2 of those, right? Yeah. Okay. Whoop. Okay, so extractor here, right? And you do have a filter on that, so I really didn't need a filter. Whitelist, so you're only going to pull out lapis. Cool. So now if I take these out of here, like so, you should start replenishing them. Awesome. And then if we come down here, it's going to look a little ugly from the underneath, but that's okay. We don't mind. Let's see. What about an attractor? I think attractors are kind of like system-wide extractors, right? Like if I put a chest here, like so, and I add an attractor here, and I say you're going to whitelist source gems, I'm assuming, yeah, that totally works. But now you should only pull, source gems. Am I correct in thinking that? Yeah. Here we go. Very cool. Awesome. So now we have a little mini source gem set up here. Awesome. Let's actually move you over a little bit. I don't want this area to be like super crowded. All right. So now that we have a source of source gems, right? Now we can start kind of messing around with some of these pedestals. So let's go back to ARS NOUVEAU, right? And we are looking for enchanting apparatus. So we're going to need some source stone. So let's grab a few blocks of source stone. We're going to need one of these, right? We're going to need some pedestals, right? What was the pedestal? We need some arcane pedestals. So pedestals. Let's grab a few of these. I don't know how many we want, so we're going to grab 4 to start with. And I think we needed the arcane core. That's right. So let's grab one of these cores. Seems simple enough. And it said that the core needed to be below the enchanting apparatus. So I guess we'll do it like that, right? And then you... And it said that I could use these in place of the pedestals, so we'll probably do that just to kind of save on some space, right? Cool. Now what can we make using this? Let's find out. Your mana pool may be expanded with special mage armors, enchantments, learning new glyphs, or by drinking potions. Once you have acquired a Mage Bloom seed, you may craft novice robes, which will expand your casting abilities significantly. These robes will self-repair using your mana pool, have a high enchantability, and provide decent armor. Okay, cool. So let's take a look and see what it will take to get Mage Bloom. Mage Bloom. One of these guys. So 4 source gems and just some kind of plant. Well, wheat definitely works. So let's grab... Oh, we already have a bunch of source gems on us. We have wheat in our system. We may want to make an entire building just for ARS NOUVEAU. We'll probably worry about that next episode. I think for this episode, I kind of just want to get this Mage Bloom seed thing, right? Maybe get it planted if it's an actual plant that you can plant. Let's see. Jar. Let's get another one of these. Let's get this placed down over here. I don't even know if this is going to be enough source to do what we want it to do. But let's find out. So I think, do we just put this thing like close by? Like so? And let's find out. So source gems, right? And then wheat. Oh, it's doing the thing, guys. It's doing the thing. Oh, that didn't cost any. Nice. That didn't cost any of the source. Let's go. So okay, so What do we use source for then? Interesting. And the last thing I want to do is I want to see if this thing is plantable. Right. Oh, you totally are. You totally are. Let's make 4 or 3 more. And we'll get them planted over there. I'll probably move that setup somewhere closer to the base. Like I said, we might just wind up doing an entire Ars Nouveau setup, like an entire building. But for right now, this stuff is going to live here. At least while I'm learning the mod, right? I love this little animation. Oh, that's super cool. Yeah. Super, super cool. I love it. Yeah. That is so cool. Okay. Boom, 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 and boom. And wheat. And we're only in chapter 1. There's all kinds of cool stuff here. Awesome. So let's go get these guys planted. Right? Ooh. Jetpack's going all crazy. Alright, so let's get these guys planted, and we'll clear you out. I guess we'll save like a stack of seeds and a stack of wheat, right? But we'll let this guy do its thing. Now, do you... Because you're still at 57. Is there any specific reason that you're not growing further than 57? Let's find out. Let's grab some bones. Like, do these crops just take, like, an exceptionally long time to grow? We have some bone meal. And what do you get from these plants? I have to charge my jetpack pretty soon. Yeah, so you guys are still at 57. That's strange. And you also don't auto-harvest. Oh, you do. Mage Bloom. There we go. Super cool. You don't auto-harvest, though. That's kind of weird, right? That's definitely kind of... I know, I realize that it's going into an animal feeder, but... That's definitely kind of strange. May need to look into that. But yeah, so I think we're going to wrap it up here. Just kind of dipping our toes into Ars Nouveau, right? Next episode, when we come back, we'll kind of go through more of these chapters, and hopefully by the end of a few episodes, I will have been a fully fledged wizarding wonder of the world, right? And yeah, guys, so thanks for watching this episode if you made it this far. If you're not subbed, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that like button, and until next time, guys, I will catch you all later. See ya!